Hello, this is a tutorial on 12.4b2. We're finding the surface area of prisms. I'm going to do 3 problems. First of all, we'll do this triangular prism here. We're going to have 2 triangles. We've got to find the area. Those will be the front and the back. We've got this side over here. We've got this side over here. We're also going to have the bottom. Those will all be rectangles. So let's find the triangles first. That's going to be 10 times 12, which is 120. So it would be 120 for the both of them because you have to divide that by 2. So otherwise you can think about this as 10 times 120, 10 times 12, which is 120, divided by 2. You can think about it as 60 here and 60 here. Or you can think about it as 120 altogether. Because if you divide it in half, it's the same as doubling it. So, or if you divide it in half, it would be for a single, but if you leave it without the division, it's the area of both triangles. This one here is going to be 13 times 15, this side over here. It looks like it's the same on the other side, so I'll just pop that in. 13 times 15, that is 195, so you got 195 here, you got 195 over here, and then you have the bottom. The bottom is 10 times 15, so this is going to be 150. So these are the measures we have to add up. So let's go ahead and do that. I've got 195 into my calculator already. That's for the side, the triangle side. So I'm just going to take that times 2. That gives me these 2 sides. Cross those guys off. We'll add in the 150 and the 120. That's really together. Those are 270 plus 270 equals 660. 660, and that is going to be millimeters squared. Let me just double check my estimate, make sure that looks right. 200, 400, 670. Yeah, looks great. Okay, let's turn it over and let's do a trapezoid. A trapezoid is always a difficult one to do. We've got a parallelogram down here too, but I think that's a little easier. So let's do this trapezoid. I'll put a sticky note over the parallelogram to give myself a little bit more room to write. And again, I just kind of try to sketch these things out. So I've got these 2 trapezoids that I have to find the area of. Then we've got this shape here, that will be a side. This shape here, which will be a side. We've got the top, which will come kind of slide over. And then we've got the bottom. So I've kind of deconstructed that trapezoid. Alright, so let's find it. The area of a trapezoid is 1/2 the height times the base plus the base. So here are the bases, 5 and 9. So 5 plus 9, that is going to be 14. We're going to multiply that by 1/2 of the height. Well, here's the height. The height is 4, so half of that is 2. So 2 times 14, this is going to give me 28. So this guy here is 28. This guy over here is 28. Alright, now we can just do the sides. This guy is 7 times 6. 7 times 6 is 42, so this side is going to be 42. This side over here is not the same. It's going to be 8 times 6. This is 6. This is 6. This is 6. So 8 times 6, that's going to be 48. Just have to do the top and the bottom. The top is 5 by 6, so that's 30. The bottom is 9 times 6, which is 54. So we got lots of numbers to add up here. So I can't get my calculator in there, but I'll cross them off as I go. So here's 48 plus 28 plus 28. Cross this off on this guy. Then we've got 30 plus 54 plus 42. So it looks like 230 centimeters squared. Let me just double check my math. This would be 90. These 2 would be 90. These guys here be about 60, be about 150. And call it 200, 230. Yeah, I just did a quick estimate, and my estimate looks like it's right on. All right. The last problem I'm going to do is show you how to find the surface area of a prism. It's quite challenging, actually. You have to think about how you would take this apart. you take this apart by, you'd have a circle. I call it the top of the soup can. And then if you ever looked at the soup label, it's actually a rectangle, and here's the bottom of it. So let's first find the area of these circles. Area of a circle is simple. It's pi r r, and the radius is a short line from the center out. So pi r r, we're just going to use 3.14. 3.14 times 25 equals 78.5. So this circle is 78.5 and this circle is 78.5. All right, well, we already know the height here is 11 because the height of the soup label here is 11. But to find this measure here, what you have to do is you have to find the circumference of the circle, because that's going to be the measure here. So we use the diameter to do that. So if this is 5 centimeters, then the diameter would be 10. So I can use the formula diameter times pi, or 10 times 3.14, which is just simply moving the decimal one. This is going to be 31.4. So I'm going to take that 31.4, that's my distance around the outside of the circle, which is the distance here. I'll just take 31.4, 31.4. I'll multiply it times this measure of 11. That's going to give me the area of that soup label. That's 345.4. So I've got that rectangle, so I'm just going to add that. And I'm going to add 78.5 here, 78.5, plus the area of this one, 78.5, equals 502.4. So 502.4. 502.4. This is not correct. I don't know why that's on there. 502.4 centimeters squared for the surface area of that cylinder. Thanks for listening.